start it, Lauren. And do you want to put everybody on mute? I don't know if I can from me. Hold on. There we go. There we go. I'm still not muted. Yay. I was about to say, welcome to the Church of Infinite Spirit. My name is Reverend Allie Sweeney, and I'm so glad you could join us all today. We were talking, it's a beautiful day here in Denver, so I super appreciate you taking the time to join us online. This is a casual service where it's a modern spiritual community, can be transformed, be connected, be inspired. And typically the first Sunday of every month typically is getting a little bit long, but we would be meeting in person. We're so grateful that Zoom is available, but please, hopefully you're familiar with Zoom by now. We'll keep you all muted, but you can do whatever you like with the other settings. As we move into the service, I'll keep waving as everybody comes in. Welcome and come on in. The Church of Infinite Spirit is all about spiritual freedom, that you might know yourself as spirit and a body and a part of the all-one consciousness, and the joyous transformation that comes with that expansion of having that spiritual experience in the body. Let's see, we are a take what you can use and leave the rest spiritual community. So today I am going to be sharing my truth with you, and I hope that it inspires you to find your truth rather than, I'm not trying to convince you of mine. And because we are on Zoom today, we're going to start out with a short meditation just to help us get more settled into this space, bringing body, mind, and spirit together. So when you are ready, you can do what you want with your videos and all that kind of thing. And I'm going to invite you just to take a deep breath and close your eyes. And breathe on purpose. Noticing what your experience is of you in this moment. Maybe just take a quick scan from head to toe. That body, this amazing vehicle for this life. And the first tool we're going to work with today is your grounding cord. So I want you to become aware of your spine and all the vertebrae in your spine, and your upper neck and your upper back, your middle back, your lower back, all the way to your tailbone at the base of your spine. And I want you to imagine that there's a colored beam of light that could grow and extend from the base of your spine, right at your tailbone, through whatever you're sitting on, through the floor, through whatever's underneath that, to the dirt of the earth. Let your imagination expand that colored beam of light through the layers of the earth, the bedrock of the earth, all the way to the very center of the earth, and let it connect there. So you have this connection from the base of your spine to the center of the earth. It's called a grounding cord, and its purpose is an invitation to release any energy that might not be serving you in this moment. Fear, stress, worry, frustration, grief. You might know what's leaving, or you might just intend that whatever isn't serving your highest good as an invitation to release. can follow it. Let it travel all the way down that colored beam of light to the center of the earth. And take another deep breath, letting the earth support you. The next step is to open your sixth chakra energy center. So to do that, imagine placing your attention in the center of your head, right behind your eyes, between your ears. Your sixth chakra is your place of intuition and knowingness. All you need to do is place your attention there, and this calm place of wisdom becomes available. Let's give it a try. Play with that idea of bringing your attention right behind your ears. Nope, behind your eyes and between your ears. Right in the center of your head. Then let's manage the energy field around you, called your aura. So imagine yourself inside a large bubble, an arm's distance in every direction. Let it be that big. Notice how far away your arms can reach, and give that bubble a color. Anything that you like: blue, pink, purple, red, violet. This bubble is a reminder that what you can control in this life is inside this bubble. Your actions, your reactions. Take up the whole space inside this bubble. Let everything inside the bubble be yours, and let everything outside the bubble be something else. Excellent. Let's create some change. Think about a vibration you'd like to experience more of in your life. Peace, freedom, love, gratitude, prosperity. Pick one. And then imagine a golden sun above your head, like a big golden ball. Let it be filled with your light, and write that word for what you want to experience more of on the outside of that golden ball. So if you picked fun, F-U-N. Yay, fun. Let that light absorb and become that vibration. And then form a hole at the bottom of that golden ball and let the light pour into the top of your head. Notice what it feels like as it fills the tips of your ears and the bottom of your chin. It's going to flow and fill into your throat, the back of your neck. It's going to slide into your shoulders, to your arms, your elbows, your wrists, the very tips of your fingers. Let it fill all the systems of your body, your circulatory system, your digestive system, central nervous system, all the systems I don't know the names for, and the full body, your full torso, the front of your body, the back of your body, the sides, all the cells and everything in between, through your hips, your thighs, your knees, your ankles and your toes. And let it spill out the bottom of your feet, filling that aura bubble around you, surrounding you with that light and energy. And take another deep breath in this moment. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, can stretch your bodies, settle in a little bit, shake it off a little bit. Good work. Oh, I'm so grateful that in this last year we have these tools of meditation, because here we are. I'm sure you've seen all of the news clips, right? We're a full year into this pandemic, a year full of changes and pivots and cancellations and disappointments and hope, right? There's also hope. I know all of us have added all kinds of words to our lexicon. For me, it's been about the difference between in-person learning and remote learning, social distancing. And I still get a giant giggle out of the idea that a year ago, none of us even knew what COVID was, right? Now, I mean, if you go a day without COVID, that's pretty impressive. And sometimes we look at the challenging moments as challenges, something to get through, something to get to the other side of, something that happens to us, right? Yet at this place, the Church of Infinite Spirit, you regularly hear us say, we create our reality. And this is often in reference to creating something we like, right? Like we can change the energy we carry from fear to love, and we can feel that love. Yet at the soul level, we don't only manifest the beautiful things. These are not the only synchronistic moments in our lives. We are not victims of circumstances when bad things happen. At the soul level, we're expanding our experience and creating our reality in the beautiful moments and in the challenging ones. We talk about how what we can control is inside this bubble around us, right? This inner reality of you. You create your inner reality. And also collectively, we create our shared experience. In my truth, not a single one of us is dragged into an event. You're not a victim of what is happening. My truth is, as a soul, we chose to be here with this specific set of events happening in our lives. The reasons we choose to be here and create this are likely as unique as each of us, right? And we can get curious about what that might be. I thought today I'd share some of my ideas about what I think I'm learning from this pandemic in my inner reality, and some of the ideas I have about what we're doing collectively. So before the pandemic, many of us went about our lives and created a lot of busy patterns in our inner reality and ways to distract ourselves from being fully present, cherishing our lives. We created wonderful things like cell phones and TVs and social media and working parents and heavily scheduled lives. We created a system that supported being busy all the time. And as members of the Church of Infinite Spirit, we were already carving out sacred, non-busy, meditating space to remember ourselves as spirits in bodies. When the pandemic started, we created lockdowns. And for some, that was to confront the ideas of government control in our lives. For others, it was a full stop to all that busyness. For me, it was a gift to remember all the simple pleasures of human life, the embodied experience, right? For my family, that became a good bowl of ice cream, a sprinkler and a hose, right? Toilet paper that was on the shelf in the grocery store. Through the lockdown of the pandemic, I got to remember these simple pleasures. They were always there, but I didn't always see them. And now I intend to enjoy them regularly, to truly delight in them. In addition to having the opportunity to remember these simple pleasures, we also got to be with ourselves, right? Without all that outside noise and demand. We reduced our global lives really to our homes and ourselves through a global pandemic that also amplified the stress, the fear, the chaos, the division, the blame, the judgment in our world. And with only ourselves to work with, we had to decide who we are when life is uncomfortable and just what was so uncomfortable. And I invite you to consider that without the distractions of our previous world, that the fear and the stress and the division in our lives was harder to escape. These vibrations, they were not new things in our lives. But before the pandemic, with some good distractions, they could easily be avoided, right? But a global pandemic, it's harder to avoid. We couldn't pretend it wasn't there. And as our otherwise busy lives became our homes and ourselves, we found ourselves viewing or reviewing the foundations of our lives. We were alone with ourselves and we could see the fear and we could feel it and name it. And this great pause, it also gave us the focus without all those other outside distractions to notice what matters to us and what affects us. The stress and the fear maybe didn't seem so important or all there was. We could choose a different way that didn't involve all that. We create our reality out of the foundations, our beliefs, our patterns, our energy. I see them as building blocks in our lives, and challenging events in our lives shake our foundations. I offer that this might just be why we create the challenging events, because the foundations that serve us will be strengthened, and the foundations that don't serve us have an opportunity to break away. That's the beauty of the chaos of this pandemic, because it shook the foundations for us individually, but it also shook the foundations of our larger systems all at the same time. If you had a building block of fear that got set in childhood, for example, it was likely easier to notice, right? As fear in the early days of this pandemic was just on every societal outlet. These events give us an opportunity to see the limiting beliefs so they can be released and changed and moved. I have some building blocks in my life built on fear and doubt. And I think we create these events to get our attention, to shake the foundations, to get us to take a closer look at what we're building our reality on. Most challenging events in our lives do this. And this one is also asking us to do it for the collective as well. So what I mean, like an example would be that we have known, right, that there are vast inequities in learning opportunities in our schools. That isn't new to the pandemic. Remote learning, however, made this completely unavoidable. We realized that feeding hungry kids through schools was now a problem, that they couldn't go to schools. And it made us ask, why do we have so many hungry kids? So after we notice and let the building blocks that aren't working fall away, we may choose a different way from judgment and lack and fear as foundations. I'm not suggesting that we should like the challenging events in our lives. I'm suggesting that we create them for a purpose, even if the purpose is to decide who we are when things are uncomfortable. And this can get uncomfortable because these are our foundations, right? Sometimes when one of these building blocks gets shaken up or loosened or let go, we feel unsteady, off balance. And we don't like feeling uncomfortable. We might even decide that something's wrong with us or bad. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. There isn't anything wrong about you or bad about you. You are uncomfortable. Consider not making it wrong, but loving it instead. There was something about these foundations that served you. And if they no longer do, now you have the opportunity to create a different building block, a new foundation for your reality. That's pretty amazing. As life gets busier, I am hopeful you will continue to take the time to discover what matters to you. What matters to you? Is it cherishing life, joy, spending time with loved ones, being a part of community, peace? At the idea of the loss of 2 years of regular life to the pandemic, a 75-year-old recently said to my husband, and at my age, that's a lot of time because I don't necessarily have a lot of time left. But none of us knows how much time we have left, right? That 75-year-old could outlive me. And challenging events ask us not to waste any time on things that do not matter to us. So what are the foundations you would change? What do you really want? What really matters to you? And if this feels like pressure, this creating your own reality, I want you to know you can do this. You've been doing it for your whole life and for many lives before that. And I invite you to consider a foundation built on the trust that you are a part of the universe, that we all are. And as such, the universe is conspiring for you, your highest good, and the collective good of all in each and every moment. Consider that the universe creates through infinite abundance, and there's more than enough for all. In creating your reality and our collective experience, we are all connected. We are all part of the same all that there is. Linda Madden Dahl writes, "Trust is too precious to let fake beliefs keep us from it." I just love that quote. Trust is too precious to let fake beliefs keep us from it. The pandemic seems to have highlighted the vibration of fear in our individual and collective lives, right? I mean, there's this unseen tiny virus that could kill you just by being near someone that they don't even know if they have it. And sometimes the government doesn't know what to do about it, or they change what they think is best to do about it. And there's this weird run on toilet paper. I mean, there's a lot of fear. And when I get to talk about this with my clients, and I ask if I can help them release some of the extra fear, their answer is usually something like, yes, take it. I don't want it. I don't want to feel this anymore, right? So if we're not consciously choosing fear, yet we are creating our reality, what is the purpose of all this fear? Again, it's likely different for each of us, highlighting the patterns and beliefs and foundations in our lives. Sometimes we believe fear keeps us safe. Sometimes we believe we're victims. Sometimes we believe we're not strong enough. We're not good enough. And I offer that all this fear makes it less avoidable, right? So, hello, pandemic. Thank you for helping me face my fear. And if we provide a little curiosity, right? Oh, hello, fear. What am I learning from you today? I'm learning I do not choose fear here. I don't like feeling afraid, feeling unsafe. Instead, I'm trusting in a safe universe, conspiring for the highest good with all I create. Feel that expansion, that heart-centered consciousness. We can change fear as a foundation of our lives. And trust is a great option. I used to believe that feeling safe in my universe was about strength, right? Just being strong enough for whatever came. When we create our universe, we are not the victims needing strength for whatever comes. This isn't about strength. It's about knowing, trusting, allowing, having, and creating a safe universe. And I offer that it starts with your inner reality in each of us as individuals. Trust in ourselves. It's the most important trust we can have. So consider creating your inner reality as a safe place, holding your whole bubble, that whole space, arm's distance all the way out, as a safe place, free from self-judgment, self-doubt, or fear. What if you came to know yourself as a fully safe place, loving yourself unconditionally, talking to yourself with a loving voice, taking great care of your body, cherishing that vehicle in this amazing life? What if you held the parts that you don't prefer with love and grace and kindness? For when your inner reality is safe, so will be your outer reality. And only you can create that safe place for yourself with your unwavering self-love. Likely there were times in your past when you were hurt or you were afraid. And as you let yourself play with this idea and this realm of trust and safety, you might run into, I'm afraid, I've been hurt. There have been parts of my life where I wasn't safe. And I don't completely trust that I'm okay. And I encourage you to see if you can love that part of you, to love the afraid part. You were hurt. It's okay to be uncomfortable, to be afraid. That part of you isn't wrong. And you don't have to just move past it. You can sit with it, be with it, hold it, love it. And at the very same time, trust that we are creating our reality for our highest good with every thought and dream and imagination. I am choosing to hold the space of a safe place more and more, and it's changing everything. I catch more and more of my worst case scenario thoughts. And I ask myself to say, yep, that's what fear says. What does trust say? You can absolutely trust yourself. Telling yourself you can't take care of you creates a space where you're not taken care of. Take care of you. Talk to yourself with lovely abandon. Be the lover of you. Be your own safe space and create your universe from there. Seth is a channeled being that has a lot to say about all of this, and I love this quote from him. He says, "Organize your reality according to your strength. Organize your reality according to your playfulness, according to your dreams, according to your joy, according to your hopes. And then you can help those who organize their realities according to their fears." We create our own reality, our own universe within each of us. And the pandemic has shaken the individual and collective foundations and building blocks. If we choose to, we get to set a new foundation within our individual worlds and the foundations for our collective worlds. Now, as the Church of Infinite Spirit, I would love to offer a chance to look at this for your own inner world through meditation. So if you'd like to join me in this next step, I invite you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Maybe let that grounding cord that you created at the start fall to the center of the earth and create a new one just because you can. Imagine a colored beam of light coming from your tailbone all the way to the center of the earth, and let it release. Set it to release. Find the center of your head and be inside your bubble. And let yourself imagine one of those building blocks that might be getting shaken up by the pandemic. You could use one of the energies I've been talking about, fear or doubt, or whatever pops into your awareness. And imagine it leaving through your grounding cord. Imagine what it looks like, where it resides in your body. Watch it find your grounding cord and release. If you have any limiting beliefs about lack or safety or permission or healing, whatever is ready to go, feel free to let those go as well. Bring your attention to the center of your head, behind your eyes and between your ears. And what have you been saying to yourself that makes your space unsafe? Maybe it's you're not doing it right, or you could have done it better, you're a bad person. I don't know what it is. And see if you're ready to let it go and create a new foundation based on loving yourself unconditionally. Even the parts you don't like, you can still love it. Allow your heart to receive and fill with unconditional love from yourself. Let that love spill out into every part of your body. Be overwhelmingly happy with yourself. Cultivate a sense of joy just for being you. And create your inner reality from knowing yourself as a safe space. Take another big, deep breath. when you're ready, you can open your eyes and stretch your body. Good work. I really am so grateful for you all for being here today and adding your time and attention to this space with us today. I want to offer that the Interconnection website, interconnection.org, has a sanctuary page with more information about the church, but it also has a donation page that if it is so in your heart to support this mission of inspiring spiritual freedom, we hope that if you choose to give, you give freely. So check that out at interconnection.org. And it's also where you can find more information about all the classes that are going on with the Interconnection Institute and find the Meditation for Living course and all that kind of stuff. Let's see, I don't know if there were any other announcements. Maybe Lauren will share with us if there are. And yeah, I hope that as our life does get busier, that we can still continue to trust in this safe place and really take the time and the effort to discover what truly matters to us and place our attention in those areas and in those spaces. For me, I think charged events really are healing in action, right? And it's empowering to remember that we create them for our highest good, with the energies, thoughts, and beliefs and dreams. So I hope you will continue to take the time to discover that safe haven, that safe universe, and choosing what happens for you from there. We are, this is a great opportunity if you have to head back into your day to turn off your Zoom and leave the meeting, but we will also